Today we are looking at the human body and how negative or positive impulses lead to either sickness or health. Hey, welcome to my channel. My name is Matthew, and before I start the video today, I want to make one thing clear. I'm not a doctor, so if you are seriously injured or sick, please seek professional help, okay? I cannot give any medical advice. The information in this video is merely a guideline from my personal experiences and also from some scientific experiments. And I hope the information in this video will help you to look at your body and your health from a different point of view. So without further ado, let's dive right into it. According to many medical institutes, up to 90% of doctor visits are stress related. But what happens to your body when you have stress? Stress leads to the so-called fight and flight mode that will focus your blood and available resources within your body into your arms and legs, so you can fight or flee. But where does the body take the blood from? Well, it comes mainly from your head and your organs, meaning you will for a brief period of time have less blood circulation in your brain, which will lead to a short period of less intelligence, and less blood circulation in your organs will lead to a weakening of the immune system. So if this condition holds up for a while, you will be less healthy. When you are in fear, you shut down the growth and maintenance of your body. So in earlier days, this was very useful to escape wild animals and other dangers. But today, many people live in a constant state of stress due to their studies, work, relationships, and constant potential dangerous situations due to the news. So we all know what causes stress, but do you know that you might subconsciously think about things that are also causing your body stress and you're not even aware of that? By the way, I'm not proposing that every kind of stress is bad. There is a positive stress that will put you in an alert state to perform superior in challenging situations. But as soon as stress becomes chronic or unconscious, it will start to harm your body. So now that we know what stress does to our body, do you think it is still worth it to watch the news? I was thinking about that, and I figured out that when I was continuously watching the news, I didn't feel good. And it didn't really help me. I mean, really think about that. When have the news really helped you to prosper in your life? We are bombarded with this negativity and it's not helping. And you're watching the news because of the fear of missing out. This is called FOMO. And we will address this issue in another video because this is actually a self-fulfilling prophecy. And it's not helpful in any way. You think you need to know all the things, but you don't. So really think about whether or not it's worth it for you to continuously watch the news. You can occasionally check out the biggest topics, but you maybe should not watch the news every day to continuously put yourself into a state of fear, panic or worry, and then have your body go into the fight and flight mode and release stress chemicals that will shut down your immune system. So now looking at something a little different, I bet you all have heard of the term placebo effect. So that means like a patient is getting a pill, but it's just sugar, but he's being told, hey, this is the medicine that will cure you. And then the patient takes the medicine and, oh wonder, he's cured, but it's just because he believed that this was the medicine. What this would suggest is that our body has all the required chemicals to make us healthy, but he reacts to our beliefs. So if we think that we are sick, he will stop and not perform the required chemical operations to heal us, but instead leave the state as it is and we remain sick. Studies show that the placebo effect is responsible for health improvement or cure of sickness in up to 75% of all cases. But what many people do not know, there is also a so-called nocebo effect, and it is equally strong. So if you, for example, focus on an illness and even with just the slightest indication of a symptom start to believe that you have it, you might actually cause the effects just by believing it. What you constantly think of emotionally and focus on will become your belief and later your reality. So the funny thing is, when I was young, medicine used to work very well for me. Like there was no problem whatsoever. I took the medicine and I was healed. But as I grew older, I kind of started doubting whether or not this was really true, because my grandfather, he was a doctor and witnessed how certain drug companies would lower the main ingredients in certain drugs to sell more products, like to keep the patient sick a little longer. And if you think about it, it makes sense, because if all patients are healthy, the pharmacy industry has no business. So, but luckily we are experiencing a transformation in this sector from a treatment sector to a prevention sector. For me, it was really, I was doubting and I was getting sick over and over, and the medicine stopped working because I stopped believing in it. I really had to suffer for quite some years until I started to acquire this knowledge about that your body is actually reacting to your beliefs. And yeah, now that I believe I can be healthy, this is all way easier, because most of the times I don't even need medicine anymore. So now let's take a look at different experiments that actually show the effects of negative and positive impulses like words, thoughts, and emotions. Masaru Emoto, a Japanese scientist, and his team are continuously taking photos of water crystals exposed to positive and negative impulses to show the significance of your words, thoughts, and emotions. Here we see a crystal that has been exposed to a positive impulse, the word thank you with gratitude. This water crystal was exposed to the phrase you disgust me. And here we have wisdom and you fool. This picture was taken of water exposed to Mozart, and this to a heavy metal song with bad words. The top row shows water crystals before a prayer ceremony, and the bottom row shows the result after the ceremony. The crystals that are exposed to positive impulses are put into beautiful shapes and order. The ones that get exposed to negative impulses are distorted and chaotic. And now, do you remember that your body consists of 50 to 70% water? Do you see any resemblance looking at human body cells compared to cancer cells? In the next experiment, Dr. Bruce Lipton put identical stem cells in 3 different petri dishes. He added different culture medium fluids, similar to blood, to each dish. In the first dish, the cells formed muscle. In the second, they formed bone, and in the third, they formed fat. We are being taught that we are slaves to our genes and that our DNA is responsible for how cells turn out. This experiment proves that it's actually the environment of the cell. In our body, the environment of the cell would be blood. And who controls the chemistry of our blood? Our brain. But how does it decide what chemistry to release? Well, it all comes down to the mind. You perceive the world and your brain coordinates your body to match the world you see. There was another experiment done with plants in a school. IKEA put 2 plants in the building and let pupils record either bullying statements or compliments. The results after 30 days are pretty obvious as well. The plant that was complimented flourished and was beautiful. The bullied one started to die. And there are many more experiments like this with similar results. But remember, the plants just had impulses from the outside. Your body also has impulses from the inside, meaning from yourself. This can be emotions, thoughts, words, and even subconscious thoughts that you're thinking on a constant basis and you're not even aware of them. So if you want to change your subconscious mind and what you're thinking, be sure to check out last week's video where I show how you can reprogram your subconscious mind and adapt new belief systems that are more beneficial for you, your world, and your body. So I really hope this information was helpful and revealed a little bit about the connections between your thoughts and your body and maybe health or sickness. And I especially want you to remember the connection between stress and what it does to your body, and also the current situation we are in this world. Okay, so just don't fall in this reactive compulsive state and being like, oh my god, something external is happening and I believe it, and thus your body reacts. You always want to stay conscious and aware of what thoughts you let into your body, because you're stronger than you think. We all have to relearn this. Most of us are in a victim state and we think we have to react to outer circumstances, but we don't. We can consciously decide to choose what we believe. In the next video, we will look at different theories about this universe. Until then, make sure you leave a like and subscribe. Have a wonderful time and see you next week.